Peace. Peace, peace, peace. And what's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Sincere 7, a.k.a. Sincere Genesis, a.k.a. You know what I'm saying? I got plenty of them. Let's not even get into it. But no, I'm Sincere 7. I represent the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit. I'm the Detroit medicine man, and I am your traveling harm reduction specialist. All right. I am your transdimensional travel agent, as well as your spiritual tour guide. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to take a minute to reintroduce myself, as they say. We're doing a lot of rebranding. We're doing a lot of coming from the foundation up, right? So I've been requested to give an introduction and then allow my peoples to follow through, you know what I'm saying, with me. Jerome, peace, brethren. Good to see you. It's good to see you. Oh, man. Please share this video. This is going to be an introduction video, so it's not going to be a lot of nonsense. I know a lot of y'all who might follow me, you hear about the different things that I bring to the social media for the village discussions, right? This isn't going to be a whole lot of that. However, here at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, there is what I call the cushion coffee. And basically what that is it's where I will smoke cannabis, sip on some coffee, maybe some tea, maybe some juice. Today I'm doing a mango creamsicle. And we'll discuss different topics and different things, how do I say, different topics that are controversial, that are not easy to talk about. Sometimes they're grateful afternoon, all yo, peace. Sometimes they cause an uproar in our emotions. I just want you all to know that's purposely done. That's why we do a little kush, a little coffee to relax, but we still want to discuss these things. So if you are open to those types of things, keep your eye out for the cushion coffees. They will be coming weekly, sometimes more. Those are pretty much periodic. They come all the time. They might be 2 in the morning. It might be Monday in the afternoon. So those are things that I invite you to look out for if you're interested in that. On Facebook, I'm on Sincere 7, also a page, Sincere Genesis. We also have a group page for the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, which is the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit on Facebook. And on Instagram, I am the Detroit Medicine Man. You can also find us streaming on YouTube under Psychonaut Detroit, Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, the P.A.D. So we're out here on a few different platforms. So again, if you're interested, tap on in. There's quite a few people that might just be seeing my videos for some of the first time and the first in a long time. I have compiled all of the different places that I do my lives into one. There we go, keeping it more efficient. So salute, peace, God. I see you. Divine Allah. So with that being said, that's why I'm doing the reintroduction. So for those who don't know, the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, who are we and what do we do? Well, who are we? We are a community-based company that operates as a village. That's the easiest way to give you to understand who we are. We're a community-based company that operates as a village. So just to be clear, the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit is a company, okay? And it is, how do I say, has a website. Psychonautdetroit.org is the website. This is where you go to sign up for the different things that we have, purchase the different products, and stay in tune with the different things that we basically offer to our community. So with that being said, what do we do? What does the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit do? There are a lot of people ask me that, and I stop and I be like, shit, a lot of stuff. What you need, right? But for a introduction, I need to be clear and give people an understanding of what we do. So to keep it as simple as I could with putting everything in here, trying to get everything in here, what we do, this is what I wrote down. we learn, we share, we experience. That's what we do, right? We learn, we experience, we teach, and we share. That's what we do. We learn, we experience, we teach, and we share, right? So the different classes that we have at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit. Now, just to be clear before I get to naming these, throughout the year, we put up different classes, we put up different events, we put up different situations for our people to log on, to jump on, to take part in, and things of this nature. So it's not always where you can go onto the website and look for it and say, click, okay, I want to do that. It might not be going on until a certain time. So the different type of classes that we have is we teach magic. We teach magic, mystical arts, and sorcery at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit. I'm starting off with things that are not well known, and I'm going backwards, just so you know. The classes also that are offered at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit are classes on Reiki. So if you're interested in learning about or becoming a Reiki practitioner, stay in tune. Mycology, which is basically definitely a industry that's been on the rise over the last few years. So just so you know, we do have the mycology classes going. Wine making and mead making. We are starting next year teaching people how to make their own wines as well as meads. And if you're not familiar with what a mead is, basically grapes is to wine as honey is to mead. So wine is fermented grapes or fermented grape drink, which leaves behind an alcoholic beverage. Well, mead is the same thing, except it's used with honey. It's created with honey. And if you have never had a good mead before, let me just tell you, it is one of the most magical drinks on the planet. It's the only double alchemy drink that I know of on the planet. And not only is it a entertaining drink, but it is also a healthy drink. For my herbalists out there, when you ferment mead with herbs inside of it, it increases the medicinal value of the herbs, sometimes up to, I think, already 100%. So with some. So meaning like it'll double the actual strength of it just from, instead of making it in a tea, if you ferment it in the honey, it'll increase the strength. Very interesting. So, and also classes, Sacred Animal Venoms Practitioner Training. So for individuals who are interested in becoming a Sacred Animal Venoms Practitioner, and basically what that is somebody who utilizes sacred animal medicines as a practitioner. So coming into what we might call the healing community, right? You've got different ways you have different modalities and tools to use, right? So I teach, there's a lecture that I give called Healing with the Kingdoms. And then basically this is the introduction of how to become a practitioner within the healing realms by choosing the realm that you're going to start your healing with. So the kingdoms that I speak of are the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, the fungi kingdom, the animal kingdom, and the kingdom of man. Each of those have their own tools within their industry. And so I teach about those, how to learn about them, how to utilize them, and how to enter into the sacred healing practitioners realm. Yes, I am in Florida. Yes, yes. For those who don't know, the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit operates out of Detroit as well as outside of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, in a little small city called Sunrise, Florida. That's where I'm currently located. So we do operate out of both of those locations. Thank you. Thank you, Brandy Lee, for asking that question and bringing that to the viewers. So, yes, so we also teach the Sacred Animal Venoms Practitioner Training class. So for those of you all who might be interested in that, if you are watching on the YouTube, you know, I am sending the link for how to sign up for that class across the banner right now. So for those of you all who are not, if you're interested in that, inbox me or go to the YouTube link, rewatch this and get the link out of there. I don't know, right? So with that being said, the Sacred Animal Venoms Practitioner Training Class. Lectures, like I spoke about, lectures. I do travel. I do travel to different, right now, states. We're working on some different countries as of now for next year. I'm excited about that. More will be revealed. I ain't gonna put too much out there right now until things are solidified. However, I do travel around the United States giving lectures and speaking events and different things like that. I've been featured at the Detroit Psychedelic Conference, the Miami Psychedelic Conference. I've been on National Geographic. If you are streaming Hulu, you can look up LSD and the Psychedelic Revolution, and there will be a documentary that National Geographic did where they came to the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit and recorded an ayahuasca ceremony. So it was very interesting. It was interesting. I invite you to check that out if you want to. So if you are interested in having me come to your city, give a lecture, do some medicine work with the people, I'm open to it. Log on to psychonautdetroit.org, hit me with the consultation, and we can get on the phone and talk about that. So thank you for that. So what else? Lectures. And then I said share, right? We share. So when I say share, what do I mean by that? I mean that there's quite a few things that everybody tries to get you to, how do I say, purchase my things, right? Well, some of us, I feel that there's a lot of us out here who are on the level of not so much as wanting to always buy something from somebody, but also wanting to do it. And that's what I mean when I speak about sharing. So for instance, like on psychonautdetroit.org, you can go on and order a mushroom grow kit, right? Why do people keep selling people their mushrooms when we can allow you to grow them yourself? So when I say share that, understand it's different from the class. The mycology class we give, it teaches people how to grow mushrooms. The mushroom grow kit is giving you the ability. I'm sharing my gift with you, even if you don't know how to do it. That's why it's a grow kit. Everything is in there and is basically set up for you to win. So you don't have to be a mycologist. You don't have to learn to grow. You don't have to have all types of pressure cookers and all of these different things to actually produce yourself your own sacred technologies. This is your own spiritual practices, right? So why not let everything come from you? I feel like that. So we share that in the grow kit. We also share different works: shadow work, mirror work, onerogens, adaptogens. For those who don't know, what are onerogens and adaptogens? Well, entheogens are substances that touch you into the good godhood within self. Theo is God, right? So if you go to school to be a minister, you study theology, the study of God. Well, entheogens are substances that take you into the godhood of yourself. So instead of having to go to church and speak to a minister and ask him, what should you do? You can take your own spiritual organic technologies and go into that spiritual realm and have your own sacred experiences, right? So that's what I mean by that, is like, I think that we should share the ability for people to do these things on their own instead of making them have to pay somebody to do shadow work or pay somebody to walk them through their mirror work, or, you know, the different, how can I say, therapies that one could conduct with themselves. Because some of those things go deeper and you can't really do it with or by yourself, right? Such as like when you go on those high gram dose, 7 grams and above, is like, I like to say, anything under that is not an altered state of consciousness, it's an altered state of perception. So what some people call ego death, I refer to as removing the veil of self. So now everything that you are concerned with in the quote unquote physical realm is not there, and it gives you the ability to tap into the depths of the spiritual expressions that you need to tap into to receive what it is you're looking for, right? So with that being said, that's why we share a lot of these things. Everybody doesn't need a gatekeeper or a trip sitter or somebody to walk them through things, right? Sometimes people are fine with doing these things themselves, right? With a little bit of information and guidance in the beginning, right? So, you know, giving people their own gifts and abilities back. Onerogens. Onerogens are substances that allow you to work in the sleep realm. So what do I mean by that? I mean such as astral traveling or lucid dreaming. If you watch the movie The Black Panther, the purple herb that they were crushing into a drink and giving to him can be compared to a few things, right? It can be compared to ayahuasca because it was a drink that took him to a certain spiritual realm, right? But for me, when I watched that, to me, it was more of an onerogen. That purple herb was something like the blue lotus that you drink, because what did they immediately do after he drank it was cover him up, which is basically putting you into a realm of sleep. And there he was able to go into the ancestral realms and get the information from the ancestors as he was looking to do. That is an onerogen. So that's another thing that we teach and share about in the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit is onerogens, the usage of them, the different ones, how to utilize them. And adaptogens are basically plants and substances that give you the ability to, under stressful conditions, operate as if you're under normal conditions. So adaptogens, entheogens, onerogens, right? Those are what I like to call the three sisters of the sacred plant medicine realm, right? And the utilization of those and the harmony that it brings into yourself, right? So we also said we experience. So what do I mean by experience? What type of experiences do you offer, Seven? Well, we offer the experiences of certain entheogens. Now, let me be clear that when I'm operating in Florida, that the majority of what I do is dealing with harm reduction specialist services, sacred animal venoms. The majority of the entheogenic experiences that we offer are in Detroit because of legality in Detroit. Detroit has decriminalized sacred plant medicine. Now, I have my paperwork as a practitioner and a sacred animal and plant practitioner in America, so I can operate in any state, any ways. However, I just try to keep it. How do you say? Ain't no need to poke a sleeping dog or something like that. You know what I mean? Because let's just be clear, I don't have the complexion for the protection. So even if I did have to use my paperwork, I'm gonna go through a lot of stuff to have to do it, and I'd rather not. So as of right now, the majority of the entheogenic things that we do, we offer in Detroit. So if you are somebody who's watching and you're like, oh, I want to try that out, like how do I? The things that I'm about to speak about, that is how, as you come to Detroit, where the law is on our side. So with that being said, what type of experiences do we offer? We offer experiences with mushroom, first of all. I come from the school of high gram dosage. I was taught by Baba Kalinde Iyi and Baba Mudu. Some 15 years ago. I started out at 7 grams for my first mushroom journey. And that first mushroom journey healed my PTSD overnight. That one journey, that first journey, 7 grams overnight, the PTSD that I had suffered from the military was completely gone. And I knew right then and there, this was something. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what I had just took or anything about it, but I knew that I needed to do more further studies. And so basically, I started going in real hard, real often, on real high doses over and over and over again, and just started learning. And since I was doing it so much and being polygynous and having 3 wives at the time, I'm taking each one of them through their own journeys, and they're telling their sisters and their cousins and their mom about their healing. So they telling them, and they want me to take them through journeys. So I just ended up kind of being the Detroit, you know what I'm saying, medicine man on the entheogenic use. Well, after some years of using them, they started to reveal different gifts and abilities that I did not previously have. That is where the term of a shaman was bestowed upon me, because of all of the information that I kept bringing back to my village, my peoples. I would just be sitting and have a vision of, you know, a couple going through it. Shout out to Crown and Tish. I had a vision of them going through it, and something told me to send them a video and go in their inbox and tell them to work it out. And right after I did it, they were calling me and texting me talking about, did they tell you? Did he tell you what happened? Did she tell you? And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? I don't really know. And like, well, what do you mean? How is it that you're telling us that we need to work this? And I was like, I don't know. I just got a vision. And there was another situation. It was just, listen, talk to me one-on-one. I can tell you story after story after story. This is where the shamanism title came from. And at the time, I didn't know what a shaman was. And when I was telling people the things that had came up, they was like, damn, you be doing what shamans do. I'm like, what is a shaman? And it was just really crazy. Like, go look it up. How you don't know what a shaman is? And it was like, oh, wow. And that's kind of really when I realized why life had took me the way it had and how I ended up where I was. And at that point, that's when I was able to embrace it and start to be obedient and start to ask to do what was being asked and required of me. Things became so beautiful after that. Talk to me one-on-one about that. Let's get you on your path. But anyway, so with that, I started taking, you know, a lot more people in my city. I started taking, you know, some very influential people, some high-ranking people, quote unquote. And I was already a community member through poetry and through the cannabis growing and a lot of other things that I offered to my community. But once I really got, like I said, into being obedient to what it was I was being called to do, then basically it just got a whole lot more heavier, and not in a bad way, but like lifting weights. I got better and better. And I started learning more about different herbs and plant medicine because I already was teaching diet and nutrition. This is where I started as teaching my nation diet and nutrition. This was the main thing that I studied on real heavily, and you know how those things contribute to your health. So it just made sense that as I learned about more herbs and more this and that, and now I'm basically in the healing realms, because you got to think when you have a spiritual situation, that these things over time start to materialize into physical diseases. So if we're going in and we're doing the entheogenic works and we're healing these traumas and the dramas and the spiritual and the mental and the emotional, well, okay, well, how do we now fix that has left this imprint on the physical? And so that just took me a lot more into the studying of the body and the different organs and the different systems and the different herbs and plants that heal them. And then I was introduced to the animal medicines. Okay. And this was a game changer for me because it allowed me to look at all the other different kingdoms that I'm utilizing for the different modalities. And once I got a hold to the animal medicines and seeing the rate that they move at and the attention and the power, it was like this kingdom here resonates with me. Like I'm all about using all of the different kingdoms. When you're a client of mine, we making sure that the minerals is on point, that your plants is on point, that your fungi use is on point. Definitely the medicines of man is on point. But man, when we get to them animal medicines, I get giddy like a little kid. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, ooh, yes. And I knew that that's my passion, right? And I understood that that's why everything else was introduced to me first. Because if I would have just learned about the animal medicines, I'd have been like, man, I don't need none of the rest of it. And it's like, yeah, don't think like that. Don't think like that. So I had to go through those prerequisites, you know what I'm saying? Those required classes before you start doing the electives and the shit that you think is fun. And so I'm really proud. I'm grateful of the walk that I walked and how I became into where I'm at, you know. And then once, like I said, I got the animal medicines. That was where my passion was at. And ever since then, this is where my focus has been. So I still deal with all of the other things. At the pad, we also experience the mushrooms, the ayahuasca, right? A lot of people is wondering about the ayahuasca. It is a beautiful medicine. Again, tap into the National Geographic, LSD, and the Psychedelic Revolution on Hulu. Yeah, check that out. You know, the ayahuasca is. So let me tell y'all. Let me tell you, if you just come in and you call me at the pad or you hit me in the inbox and we get a consultation, right? If you just say to me, what's your standard operating procedure? Like if I don't know what I need, what would you say that I need to do? Let me tell you what I tell people. The first thing you need to do is Cambo, frog medicine, cleansing, detoxification, and protection. Let's first get you clean, get all that bullshit, and not just in the body, but the panema, the negative energy that is drawn up through the eyes, right? This is one of the things that is removed. Everybody who does Cambo don't purge like from your stomach. I've had people purge while just screaming, just nothing but emotions, right? You've had people that purge from the stomach. You've had people that purge energy, right? You have some people that just sit in a meditative state. I had a dude who told me it felt like his mother was hugging him the whole time the medicine was going through him. He said, I ain't had a hug like that since I lost my mother. And I was like, what? He was like, man, it was so beautiful. I was, right? So it affects everybody differently because it's specialized. That's the thing about when you're using natural immunology, right? These natural animal medicines, these plant medicines, they come from an actual spirit, an actual energy that is recognizing you and is dealing with you specifically for what you need. I'm gonna give you Cambo and you Cambo. It ain't gonna address the same things. Nah, you going through a physical purge. You throwing up because your diet been shit. You a vegan, but you don't do good with relationships. You over here, you purging emotionally, right? So that's what I mean is customized. Customize the fit. One size fits just you, but anybody can use it, right? So that's why you use Cambo first. Cleansing, detoxification, right? Protection. Bow. Next, ayahuasca. Why? Because ayahuasca goes and finds what's crooked and straightens it, right? So ayahuasca is the healing. People say, but you've been dealing with the mushrooms for 15 years, right? That's true, but I'm going somewhere with that. The ayahuasca has the feminine energy. It's for healing. Take you in her bosom, you know? Ask you, what's going on? Why you feel like that? Well, how you gonna say that when you the one that's gonna check you first? Then it's gonna say, but don't worry, it ain't your fault. I just wanted you to know that. And I want you to know you loved. And I want you to know you supported. And I'm talking about ayahuasca just soothes your soul. This is where the healing takes place. So now we didn't clean. Now we didn't heal. Right? Now you take the mushrooms. Right? Right? Or the snake venom. Either or. Right? Because you could do the snake venom first, right? And what I tell people about the snake venom is this right here. You got a couple different uses for the snake venom. You got spiritual entombment, you got character growth and development, and you got physical harm reduction, right? So if you're not using it for no harm reduction and you tapping into the spirit and the character growth and development as you do them 3 days of that snake venom, boom, then you done. Then you turn around and you do your mushrooms after that. It's like down low. What is it that the phones do when they say you need to update your phone, right? And then it goes into an update, boom, it stops for a minute and just be like, boom. And then when it's done, it shuts down and start back up under the new operating system. That's how it is when you do the mushrooms after you do the wisdom, the sacred serpent, the wisdom. That's that venom. That's that liquid. That's that word. That's that. Ooh, y'all don't even get it. Y'all don't even get it. I'm trying to tell you, right? So think about all the stories where snakes been included at. They always dropping wisdom on you. They giving you the game. Don't sleep on them. It's like lizards that are, excuse me, it's like dragons in a lower form. They just ain't on the form with the wings yet, but they working their way up. How they got to get there? Yo, they got to employ people with the correct wisdom. And once they do that enough, boom, they get their wings. Kind of like people doing and accomplish their mission and then become angels type of shit. Right? But anyway, so after you get all that wisdom, boom, then you do your 7-gram mushroom dose. Bow. Shut all systems down, pop back up with the wisdom of the snake that's been updated into your body. Now you integrating that with your entire system into whatever it is that I'm supposed to be going into. Because, you know, now the thing about it, why do I go in that order? Cleansing from the Cambo, ayahuasca as the healing, and then the mushrooms, because mushrooms are mainly a tool for traveling. Can you use mushrooms to heal? Yes, most definitely. Is it always going to do what you set it out to do? No, definitely not. You feel me? So now when I talk about the kingdoms, right, healing through the kingdoms, one of the things that I be talking about is when you go up in the kingdoms, the power of the medicine is stronger, but so is the consciousness of whoever or wherever the medicine is coming from. So with the consciousness going higher, sometimes it's harder to tap into the spiritual, if that makes sense, because the consciousness is higher. So the highest level of any of the medicines is the medicine of man. And our consciousness is higher than all of them. This is why I talk about the placebo. You have to know that your medicine is working. You have to know that you're being healed. You have to know that shit in your heart, because your placebo is stronger than even the medicine you're taking. And then right up under that is the animal medicines. Right up under that is the fungi medicines. Right up under that, the plant medicines. Right up under that is the mineral. So when we talking about using fungi to heal, keep in mind, that's more than halfway up the list right there. Fungi is that level where you can use it and you might heal, but it might drag your ass and take you somewhere totally different that wasn't even what you was trying to deal with, because the consciousness of the mushrooms is higher than in the plant realm. In the plant medicine, the consciousness is low. Yeah, the plant got wants and needs, but its wants and needs is like, yo, I want some nutrients. I need some water. I want some light, some sunlight. I need some oxygen or CO2, right? But with mushrooms, see, now we went to another level up in the kingdom. The consciousness is higher. Keep in mind, mushrooms travel on the planet, where plants, they just grow wherever they've been planted. So using and tapping into the spiritual works with plant medicine is always going to be easier, because the spirit is always easier to tap into, because the consciousness of what you're using is a little bit lower. Did y'all catch all that? You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, this is just a different. Now, if you done did Cambo and you done did mushrooms, you done did snake venom, you done did ayahuasca, right? You might even dab a little bit in the MDMA and the LSD. I'm not anti-MDMA or LSD, just to be clear. At the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, we have education around it. We teach about it. Now, it's not something you can come and sign up to experience, but I'm definitely not against it, right? Okay. But after you've experienced all of these things, you know what I say then? You're ready for maybe? Bufo. Let me be clear, y'all. Bufo is not for freshmen. It's strictly for live men. There's a lot of people out here that's hearing about this Bufo and are running to try it out. Let me just tell you, don't do that. If you have not cracked your head open with a 7-gram dose of mushrooms, or did ayahuasca, or did some other, you know, prerequisites, I would not advise you to go and jump your big-hearted ass into that Bufo. Because that is one that you want to be prepared for. Why? Not because of safety, because of the beauty of this medicine. It is so beautiful that you want to integrate it. You want to come back. You want to remember it. You want to feel it. And you want to be able to express it through your integration So you can always go back and experience it again. And if you don't have no experience of holding it, you might lose it. I don't know if that makes any sense to y'all, but listen to what I mean by this. I tell people, you know, because I'm not one to deny you. If there's not a medical reason or something in your history that makes me say, nah, I'm not going to serve you, then if that's what you want to do, I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you, if you come to me and you trying to do bufo, we're going to do a consultation. And in the consultation, I'm going to ask you, what other entheogens have you done? What's your highest gram of mushroom? How many experiences have you had? And if you be like, no, I haven't done nothing. No, never nothing. No, I'm going to be like, well, I don't think bufo is what you want to be doing right now. I invite you to look at the menu, right? But I have been places, and when I travel and I do my works, where people say, no, I'm ready for that. I want to do that. And I'm like, all right. And, you know, I can tell you that most of the people that I'm aware of that had bufo as their first entheogenic expression does not remember. They couldn't grasp it. I had one who was just telling me I was trying to figure out where I was at. And I'm like, what do you mean? She was like, it was like, I wasn't like here. I was like I was like, oh, you don't even understand the different dimensions and the different realms or the different states of consciousness, which all are different things. So for you to try to grasp what was going on, you was still trying to figure out where you was at because you've never been in an altered state of consciousness. You understand what I'm saying? Don't do yourself no disservice like that. No, walk yourself up. Start off with the microdose integration protocol program, psychonautdetroit.org. It's a program walks you through learning how to microdose with first some plant medicine, ashwagandha, a couple of 100 milligrams, 200 milligrams, 300 milligrams. Walk your way up so you can see how you're feeling. Then it switches to the scholar seeds, lets you try those out. And then it switches to the limitless pills, lets you try those out. Then it switches to the stacks with the lion's mane in it, which is good for the brain regeneration. It lets you try those out. And now you can see how it feels instead of somebody saying, you ever microdose? No, here, take this little bit. All right, that's a microdose. And you walking around work high as hell because they didn't know they gave you a half a gram. And you talking about, I don't like microdosing. You never did it right. Trust me. Go through, learn microdosing. Okay, I see how that feels. I see how it makes my emotions. See how it makes me feel mentally. I see how it taps me into, you know, the higher realms when I need. Okay, but I'm still going through this depression. I'm still going through this frustration. I still can't get my life right. I feel like I need more. Okay, let's do some shadow work. Let's do a gram or two and go into some shadow work and deal with some of these hidden things within our life. Ride this emotional body and see what kind of things come up. And can we talk about those things? Can we heal them? Wait a minute, you want to go higher? All right, now let's go higher. Let's go into some mirror magic. Let's go up into some three grams of some mirror magic. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do some epigenetic enhancing. The epigenetic. Ooh, wait, what you mean? Yeah, right. Now, all right. Well, all right. Yeah, I feel better about myself. You know, and I see myself differently and I operate differently, but it's some traumas back there that still, boom, let's go into the ayahuasca. Then we'll come back and do the 7 grams, because when you do your 7 grams, I want you to be able to travel to these different places and pick up and glean this information that you could bring back, that you could utilize for your betterment of your relationships, for how to make money, how to start your own businesses, how to make your sex life greater. Like literally all of these different things, they are in the realms of your own travels, right? But you want to be in a state where you are conscious, clean, and emotionally stable enough to be able to grab this information and utilize it. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the different types of things that we're talking about when we're talking about experiences. But not just entheogens, sacred plant medicine. How about the rape and the sananga? The rape, yeah. The snuff blown up into the Abdul-Gada area. Woo! Why y'all think it look like that up there? That's me blowing all that rape. Now, I'm just bullshit. I'm gonna have y'all scared to blow rape. Yo, woo, you hit that rape, and then go up in there, and it's like, first it's intense, and then you realize why they call it a sacred medicine. Then you come by, I'll do a couple shots of Sananga, right? It's cleaning that spiritual vision for those seers and that physical vision for those who having issues with the eyes. Going to 30-day Sananga gone, right? These are the different types of things we talking about, we sharing, right? It's not always, you know, products. It's that's what I mean when I say we a company that operates as a village, right? Because we'll sit around. What about the cacao? Hold on, listen. We just talked about that bufo, right? Bufo is like the largest heart opener on the planet, period, right? Start off with some cacao. What y'all know about the cacao? Oh my God. That is a beautiful medicine. That is a beautiful heart opener. And it also is a minor MAOI. So now when you do the cacao and then you do a little microdose of the mushroom, oh my goodness, it taps you right in. Or some people, they'd be like, I'm good on the microdose, but after we do the cacao, we'll do the rabe. Oh, because now when it has activating properties inside of it, you feel it. You're going there. You're getting it, right? So these are the different things. And then check it. Okay, hold on. Check it. I got something for y'all. Check this out. I'm going to go for a loop real quick to all you vegans and you vegetarians. I had a young lady caught COVID. Boom, she be like, damn, I caught COVID. I'm like, yo, come over quick so I can hit you with this, you know what I'm saying, Cambo. She was like, nah. I'm like, what you mean, nah? She was like, that's from a frog, ain't it? I'm like, yeah. She was like, you know, I don't know no animal products. And I'm like, what? This medicine, this is like, what do you? She was like, I'm not doing nothing with no animal products. And I was like, deal. I ain't even really think about that. I ain't even know, like, so she can't do it. She don't want to do no Cambo. She don't want to do no snaving. You don't want to do no bufo. You don't want to do, but hold on, dig. This is where I go for a loop. We got plant-based 5-MeO DMT. Yeah. Commonly referred to as Yobo. So the bufo, when you hit that, vaporize that, inhale that, blowing it out, fall back, you out of here. 23 minutes later, yo, you coming back, and I'm sitting here talking about so welcome back, right? Type of shit, right? Yopo, you do the MAOI first, right? Then I come back and say, just like we do the rape, half a gram of each nostril. You're out of here, baby. You're out here for about a good 4 to maybe even 6 hours. That's what I meant when I said animal medicine faster and more powerful. Plant medicine is more subtle. It's not in a hurry. You'll get there. Imagine that, being in the realm of the bufo, 5-MeO for 4 hours. Oh my God! Listen, y'all, listen. Oh my goodness. So we got a lot of stuff we're gonna be talking about. Like I said, it's gonna be a long video because this is the introduction. We talking about all the different stuff we do, what it's about, the different classes, all it is, right? But what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to just keep hitting y'all video by video. I'm gonna try to keep them short and to the point, but I'm entertaining, I'm funny. I smoke cannabis. That's my first sacred plant medicine that I came in contact with. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna try to keep it clean for a lot of y'all who be wanting to share things. When I be making certain ones, I'm gonna keep it clean, no smoker, so y'all can feel safe. But just so people know, that is a sacred plant medicine that I do utilize. You know what I'm saying? So I hope I don't offend you. I'm not promoting the use of anything in your house, to your family, to your children, or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Rape and Sananga combo is the best. Cam, what's up, my baby? My guy. Hey, man, ain't it great? That Cambo Sananga, that's a dope one, right? Oh, but I got something for you, though. What about that cereal root with that Yopo? You know what I'm saying? I've had people who after they've taken a ayahuasca and they come back. You're like, I want to go back in. Let me get another cup. And I'll be like, hold on, nah. I'll just blow you some of this yopo. You can go to a different realm because the ayahuasca already has an MAOI property in it. So when they come back, they're already ready. So then when I blow the yopo, boom, they just go right back into the realms. And it's always a different, you know what I'm saying, situation. So those only for people who I would say are really experienced psychonauts, you know, because you want to go through integration after major trips, right? So this is something for some of us higher up psychonauts, just to be clear. I don't want y'all thinking your first time you just gonna get ayahuasca and then you do yopo at the same time. It's not something I would advise, you know what I'm saying? Because whatever you go through in that healing realm with the ayahuasca, you want to come back and do some integration, right? And that's another thing that we offer at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit. I am a psychedelic informed integration coach. So I have been trained under the Condor approach, which is a dope program. If anybody wants to learn, inbox me, hit me up. I'll give you my affiliates link, and you can get a lot of that price chopped off and get in there for a nice price because you're coming up under me. But so integration is something that we also offer at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit. And let me just be clear, we don't have to have given you the entheogenic experience that you might have went through to need the integration. You can come and join our integration calls and all of that. So just to be clear, integration is not an option. How you do it is. Shout out to all my Condor coaches out there, and you know, the people who are doing proper integration with their clients, right? So learn. Okay. So experience. Okay. I went through all of that and learn, right? So when I say learn, what do I mean by this? I mean that there's different people that we are affiliated with at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit that do all kind of things that we always share their information. So we're talking about everything from martial arts, how to make oils, tinctures, how to be a doula, experience in DMT, LSD, MDMA. A lot of different people in our community are working with different things. And I always tell people, I am here to assist you in harmonizing, right? If I don't have the instrument you need, I know somebody in the band. We gonna get it for you. So even if I'm not able to offer the service that you might be looking for, I'm pretty sure that somebody in my Rolodex has it, and I'm gonna connect you with them. Right. So we got people who's learning to become doulas. We got people who are learning martial arts. We got people who are learning how to be what is that when you teach people how to eat and properly certified dietitian coaches. And gotta bounce. Thank you for this live. I receive something every time you share. I'll be reaching out soon. Peace. Thank you. Please share. Please share. After you share, type 7. I like to know who is sharing. My man Kevin said, been learning about Yopo, but I still need to get on an Aya session first. We are having an ayahuasca session coming at the end of maybe this. If we don't do it at the end of this month, it'll be the month coming. So check us out if you're interested in that ayahuasca. I'm glad you brought that up. So when we talk about learning, we're talking about all of these different things and all of these different people because, again, this is a community-based business that operates as a village. So when I say community-based, I'm saying that literally we are connected with other people in the community, the people who have the herbs, the people who have some of the supplements, the people who have the martial art dojos, the people who have in the somatic and sexual education classes, the people who have in the, you know, massages and the massage therapy and all of these. Like, we have a lot of different modalities of people who are connected with us. So even if we don't have what you need, we have what you need, right? So just to make that clear. And then other things that we do, we have magic courses, the Alchemy of Self. The Alchemy of Self course is basically a magic course with a magic spell book that comes with it, basically where you're looking at yourself as lead and you're looking at yourself as gold. And we show you in 90 days how to become that is gold. And that's all I'm gonna say about that right now. But if you're interested in it, it is on psychonautdetroit.org. The alchemy itself. Hit me for a consultation. That's one of those things that you'll want to hit me and talk about before you just go and sign up for it. Because if you sign up for it, I'll send it to you. But then you can't just call me and be like, hey, what do I? No. Like, hold on. Like, hit me with a consultation, y'all. Trust me. You know. And just things like that. So, yeah, I think I pretty much covered who we are, what we do, and what type of things we come with. So all I'm saying is, you know, add me on your page, go and subscribe to the YouTube. Stay tuned because I'm going to be bringing a lot of information about a lot of different things. I know I've talked about a lot of it already, but I'm now beginning a following on YouTube, as they say. And so we're going to be starting all over from scratch. You understand what I'm saying? So everything's going to be fresh. It's going to be new. It's going to be entertaining. I'm telling some of the good, same old stories all over again. You know, everything that you've ever heard me talk about, basically, I'm about to be talking about it again. So stay in tune, tap in, share these videos, and always hit me in the inbox if you got ideas of things you want to hear about. You want me to talk about, you want me to address. Again, we operate as a village. So I really, really operate real heavily off of my community and my people. So the more y'all engage and tell me what y'all want to hear me talk about, what y'all want me to cover. I said something the other day, but I ain't go in depth. Could I go in more? All that type of shit. I ain't like what you said. I want to get on live and debate you. Oh, I'm for it. That's another thing. If you just tapping in, you just tuning in, let me just tell y'all, don't get caught up arguing with me. I do this, y'all. I am all about it. I love it. I love a good debate. Don't get mad. Don't get disrespectful. Because, see, I took that class, 101, Disrespect 101. I took 103. I took the accelerated course for disrespecting people and faux motherfuckers who look just like those people. And I'm currently working on my master's in disrespect. So unless you really, really like engage and enjoy that type of shit, don't do that. We can just keep it fun. I'm real, like, just matter of factly. I'm not real politically correct. I say shit. I don't mean no disrespect. I love y'all. But shit, if that's how the shit is, that's what the hell it is. And if it ain't, stop me when I start lying. I'm one of them type of individuals. So, you know, it's going to be fun. It's going to get your blood boiling. You might be over there hitting the joint. But man, fuck 7, man. I can't stand this motherfucker, right? But y'all just know I always have y'all in my heart. Like, I always have the best, like, in my mind. Like, it's never nothing negative. It's never no mad, no malice, no none of that. I would just stay off the internet for that, right? No, we don't do that. We, you know what I'm saying? We trying to collect boon over here, right? You know what I'm saying? I need my boon. I need to collect it all. I need all my evening Jews to be operating at an efficient level. You understand what I'm saying? If y'all don't know what a evening Jew is, stay tuned. It's the type of shit I be talking about. We operating to talk about all types of stuff, right? So with that being said, man, unless anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to figure out what I'm about to bite my teeth down on, right? But everybody who knows me knows that I always close my videos. And for those of you all who are watching this for the first time and are going to start following me, I want you to hear me clearly, because it's not just something I say at the end of the video. It's something that I take to heart, and I try to do it myself every day. And I invite you all to tell somebody that you love them in the language that they can understand it in. Peace.